rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun.
Little Jamaican music for us on this Monday morning, huh? We're not on the islands.
It's a little Bob Marley there at 6:09 on Fox 45 Morning News.
We're supposed to be giving hints on where he is, but I think I've already given it away.
I think you kind of gave it away, but that's all right.
Should we check in with him? I mean, well, hold on. Should we find? Only Kirk would be laying on a lounge chair.
I know. I mean,
with the ocean crashing in, and it's not even sunny out.
No, I'm catching the moon. It's the beautiful last quarter of the moon, Harold and Jennifer, and we're just seeing a little pink now.
We're only seeing your legs.
Yeah, and like your neck.
Yeah, there you are.
All right, we'll see. It's so relaxing. I can't even get out of the chair.
No, stay down. Stay down. You can stay.
No. I wanted to show you something here in just a second here. We got to get to it. Let you know just exactly how far away I am. I pushed a button I shouldn't have here. Let's see if we can get to it and show you just exactly how far away I am from Fox 45. Let's zoom in if you can see that. This is my GPS navigation that we always keep an eye on. So we're 1,444 miles away from you.
That's a long walk.
Exactly due south, which is pretty interesting because we're about due south of, say, Frederick, but 1,400 miles south down at 18 degrees north latitude, and you guys did give it away on the beautiful island of Jamaica. Now, chances are if you're watching, you're in Maryland this morning. So what kind of weather are we going to have? Well, of course, Mary Ellen told you more, and she will tell you more a little later. Some sprinkles this morning, and then maybe a mixed bag during the day with about 82 for a high. Some thunderstorms this afternoon. Your 5-day forecast, though, does show you some cooling temperatures, especially as we get towards the latter part of the week. So if you just haven't had enough summer, maybe Jamaica is the place for you. And we have got some amazing things to show you. I was out all day getting to explore the real world of Jamaica. We'll take you up into the mountains. I had no idea how big the mountains are here. We'll take you on a once-in-a-lifetime experience swimming with dolphins coming up. And I ran into a lot of great folks from Baltimore here in Jamaica who are getting married. You'll see that, plus maybe even a wedding on the beach. It's all coming up this morning. So, folks, Joy Ponds, what do you think? Folks just shouldn't even bother with leaving the house this morning.
No.
They should just stay and watch the tropics, watch the sunrise shortly here on the beach in Ocho. It's great. It's a wonderful thing.
I was supposed to go with you, but I didn't see you at the airport.
Oh, you didn't see me. Maybe you went to the wrong concourse.
I had my little bag packed. I was going to fit in your suitcase because we're on a budget.
No, where I am is Sandals Resort. It is a couple's resort. And,
I've been there.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
You could have shown me the ropes. It would have been great.
Stay off that one beach, let me tell you. Kirk, we're quiet here, and it's looking very friendly. Back to you, Harold and Jen.
I wonder, since this is a couple's resort, is Kirk's there by himself? And all these honeymooners?
I don't even want to think about it.
That could get scary.
Absolutely. Well, Kirk is hanging out at one of the world-famous honeymoon resorts of the Caribbean.
Jamaica Man. We're going to check in with him right after the break to see exactly what he's been up to all weekend. Stay with us.
It is 6:14 now on Fox 45 Morning News. We've got this Caribbean tropical Jamaica theme going on. I'm still trying to figure out, how Kirk got picked.
Well, I think Cook, he could be the best guy for the job, but it's funny because I was at the airport too.
Were you really?
You told me a different airline, I think, because I was, the one that I was going to get on was going to go to Iowa.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Iowa.
Like Swiss Air or something like that.
Air Jamaica came down here, and one of our regular viewers who enjoys the Big Fat Morning Show too, the mechanic who takes care of the Airbus that goes every day nonstop from BWI to Montego Bay, Kerry Samuels. He wanted me to be sure and say shout out to him. He came to see me on the plane. A great staff. We have a lot of our viewers who work for Air Jamaica there in Baltimore. And guys, one of the ways that you're in someplace different is you pick up the phone book. Look who's on the phone book. The cover of the phone book is Sir Bob Marley. So, it's a little bit different than what you'd see in America. And one thing is for sure, it's different. You think of the tropics, you might think of someplace like Florida. It's anything but, as I found out, taking an amazing bike tour down one of the mountains. Let's show you what happened. When you think of Jamaica, you might not think about mountains. But Jamaica has mountains that are taller than any in the eastern half of the United States. And one of the best ways to find out about the real Jamaica is on a mountain bike. High up in the Jamaican mountains, I found a honeymoon couple from Toronto. You guys decided to be adventurous, and look at what you found here.
Yeah, it's been incredible actually. We just decided to take this bike tour, and they actually teach you a lot about the culture and basically you know, kind of
countryside. Yeah.
And
Being on the resort was beautiful, but you experience more of the culture and the beauty of the country here.
And what's so wild about the bike is it's all downhill, isn't it?
Yeah, most of it. They say, I think they said 95% is downhill. So it is, you know, you don't have to exert yourself that much. But.
Did you know when you got on the plane in Toronto about a week ago, did you have any idea how big the mountains were here?
No.
We had no idea it was going to be so hilly. We were used to a very flat land in Canada, so this is beautiful to us.
What you thinking of something like Florida? This doesn't look like Florida at all, does it?
Not at all. It's beautiful.
Are people pretty surprised to find out just how big the mountains are here in Jamaica?
Yeah, well, a lot of people surprised, and this is what a lot of people want to see, the real down-to-earth part of Jamaica.
Good thing is it's mostly downhill, right?
Yeah, man, that's true. That's the real good thing for a lot of people, downhill, because a lot of them can't manage the uphill.
The uphill is pretty steep.
Yeah, the 5% hill. We call that hill the drop dead hill, but...
You're just going to make me go downhill, right, Barry?
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm ready. Yeah, man, I'm ready. All right, Barry, let's go.
Man.
Even if you haven't, like me, been on a bike in about 5 years, you can still do it. Let's see. Just in case. You never know when you're going to need the knee pads. Let's hope not offered on this ride. All right. You know, this is so... Okay, this is the back. I have to figure out first what's the front and what's the back. I hope I don't run into a goat. You'd be amazed how many goats there are. You guys didn't have any problems. You guys haven't had any problems running with goats, have you?
Not yet.
No, not yet. You've seen a lot of goats. 8.5 miles. Wow, 2,000 feet up. This is quite a view. Most people don't have any idea what kind of view they get to see.
You got to come out into Jamaica. When you come to Jamaica, you book a tour, like a bike tour, like a horseback tour, what can give you a chance to see every little thing.
Every little thing?
Yeah, man, every little thing. Like this bike tour, it gives you a chance to see every little thing. A lot of people come to Jamaica, they keep back in the resort, then they go back to the States. They say they come to Jamaica. They doesn't really come to Jamaica because the result is like back in the States anyway.
After a while riding down the hill, I needed some inspiration. Service is about ready to start, so let's take off my helmet and go in and see the pastor here at the church, the Faith Apostolic Tabernacle here in Spicy Grove, Jamaica. Are folks welcome if they come to Jamaica and want to explore the country to find and join you for a worship service?
Indeed, that would be a very welcome occasion.
So
we do appreciate the tourism industry in Jamaica. It means much to our economy.
Do you have a message? This will be on in Baltimore and Maryland. Do you have a message for the folks that might be watching in Baltimore this morning?
Okay, I just want to say to everyone that it is necessary to pay earnest attention to the Word of God.
Everybody pray for us making it down the hill, okay? And have a wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. God bless. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you.
Yeah, man, never know. And that's a Sunday morning thing. Most of the people will go to church on a Sunday.
Right.
Because they work like from Monday to Saturday. Sunday is the only day they get.
Not only did our honeymooning couple, Cameron and Sarah, learn a lot about Jamaican culture, they also improved their vocabulary.
We learned some new words. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, and no problem.
So far, no marital problems?
No, not at all.
It's our 1-week anniversary today.
And the best to Cameron and Sarah. Beautiful sunrise getting set to happen. Much more from Jamaica, Harold and Jennifer, in just a couple of minutes here on Fox 45.
Okay,
right.
Thank you very much, Kirk. Well, you know, one good thing, at least he got to church on Sunday.
We'll be talking with our leg mason expert, but first...
The Dunn's Rivers Falls, just one of the amazing things you can find, yeah, man, in Jamaica. Much more coming up in minutes here on Fox 45.
Love is in the air, and it's in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah, man.
And
We
that's what we
are
can
joined
find.
with Kirk once again.
That's right. I just wanted to say hi to Chef Wolfgang. He's going to be here in just a couple of minutes. What are we cooking this morning?
Ackee and codfish.
Oh, I can't wait to find out about that. So we'll see. You get ready for us over there in about 15, 20 minutes. You know, I heard you guys earlier talking about me.
Of course.
Yeah, talking about me, you know, and I did not. It was, you know, interfere with anyone's honeymoon.
Well,
here.
Kirk, let me ask you a question. Is it kind of depressing being down there around all that love in the air, or is it pretty inspirational?
No. I mean, you think some people get sent on business trips to Cleveland or Detroit or Kansas City, and I'm here in Jamaica and getting paid for it. So, hey, it's not depressing at all. And, you know, next time I think maybe then I'll have a chance to actually vacation with a special someone. We'll have to wait and see. I just wanted to let you guys know that I was thinking about the Ravens, wearing my Ravens defense t-shirt, better to be feared, available at Dick's Sporting Goods. So you can pick up one of these to get ready for the Ravens winning season. And I wanted to show you something. We have got the falls back behind me here at Sandals-Dunn River. It's kind of a simulation of the falls. Now, the real thing, it's kind of interesting, is on the back of the Jamaican $100 bill. There you have Dunn's River Falls. And that's one thing you have to get used to when you come to Jamaica, because the money is a little different here. $1 US equals 45 Jamaican dollars. So you have to do a little calculations in your head before you buy things. So a newspaper in the morning costs you $15. But one thing that's certainly worth the price if you get here, you cannot leave the country without seeing Dunn's Falls. And wait until you see who we ran into at the falls.
When it comes to nature, sometimes words don't do it justice. This is one of, if not Jamaica's, most famous natural wonders. It may be the tropics, but because the water falls from so high up in the mountains, the water was cold. But on a hot Caribbean day, there is not much that feels better.
Natural always beats artificial.
Then, wouldn't you know it, at the bottom of the falls, I find lots of friends from Baltimore.
What are you guys doing here in Jamaica?
I got married.
Who? And this is your entourage? Oh my, congratulations. Wow. So you guys, everybody came down from Baltimore?
Yeah, we have some more that went up earlier.
What are you guys' names?
My name is Trezano Weems.
And you are?
Irvin Weems.
Is this kind of a surprise to go along with your wedding, that you're going to be on TV and back home?
No.
No, I didn't know.
Yes.
No, we didn't.
You didn't know anything about this?
No.
Well, now you do. So, what do you guys think of being here in Jamaica?
We love it. We love to vacation.
What do you think now? Now, I want you to compare. You've probably been to Ocean City, right?
Yes.
Now, compare Jamaica to Ocean City.
No comparison.
This is wonderful. Wait, did you get married here in Jamaica?
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Married life been everything you want it to be so far?
Yeah.
All right. All right, what's been the most fun thing? Who's had the most fun thing they've done? All right, tell me, what's been the most fun thing?
Getting back in the pool every day.
Getting back in the pool? Yeah, I guess in Jamaica. Tell me.
Not having to go to school, but I'm going to be in school on Tuesday.
All right, anybody else got anything they want to add here to me? Come here.
Shout outs to the St. Veronica's Youth Still Orchestra. Keep on singing.
We love you guys. Yeah. Woo. Have fun. No doubt about it. The artificial here can be nice, but the real thing was spectacular. They call that the Niagara of the Caribbean, and with a good reason. Jamaica has mountains taller than any in the eastern half of the country, and also, of course, great marine life too. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to go swimming with dolphins, and it's not just swimming with them. Wait until you see what we've got coming up. And you know, it's interesting. I'm glad I didn't know about the Ravens game today until we were on the air, because because instead of football last night, I was able to get the South African-Zimbabwe cricket score here in Jamaica.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
No, we did not. I watched sports on Jamaican television here on JTV, and they're helping us out with the satellite shot here this morning. And they had the South African and Zimbabwe cricket scores, but no Ravens football scores. By the way, I think South Africa did beat Zimbabwe, in case
Oh,
you're
well, that's good. We've got the Raven fever. I got the Raven colors on, and Harold's matching me over here. So.
Well, you saw I had the T-shirt. I was thinking about him.
You are. You're doing a great job. Hey, say hi to that family if you see him again.
Hey, they're gonna be. They're on their way back today to Baltimore. So what a surprise it was for me and them to run into the Baltimore wedding party right at the bottom of the falls. It was great to see so many friendly faces, and they watched the show. They were waving like, Kirk, what are you doing here?
Great. Kirk, did you quit? Did you just leave? What happened?
Isn't that neat? And lo and behold, here you are working.
That's right. Much more coming up with the chef, and then we go swimming with dolphins, and plus maybe. No, for sure. I think we might have a couple getting married on the beach here live on Fox.
Wow. Look forward to it. Okay,
Monday.
Kirk.
Thanks
we
a
miss
lot.
you. Don't have too much fun.
He was like, yeah, well, I don't miss you guys, but... Well, speaking of a hit, Kirk's a hit down in Jamaica.
That's right.
That's right.
So you're cooking now? I know that we had a cooking segment last week, and they were able to actually bring the crab cakes to us. Is there some sort of way that we can get this food?
You know, I would love to do that for you because there's just the amazing tropical foods that we're going to show you here from Jamaica. But we're a little far away. We're 1,444 miles almost due south from Baltimore. We're in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Tomorrow we'll be in Montego Bay. And I checked in here to Sandals, and I must say, I've never checked into a hotel before where you find, look at this. This is for you when you check in, a full bottle of Jamaican rum. And I want to point out, guys, notice it is still full. I am here working, so the bottle... See, it is still full.
When do you get to relax, Kirk, and have some foo-foo drinks?
I'm working like a madman, and later today we're going to go out and show you some of the other things happening. So maybe a few hours before I leave tomorrow, because I'll be back on the air in Baltimore on Monday. Actually, Monday. Wait a minute, today is Monday, man. I've already gotten in that Jamaica mode here. Well, let's check it. I wanted to talk with Joy Pons for a second because Joy, I understand that you found some fascinating beaches on your trip to Jamaica. Is that right, Joy?
Yes, I did. Can you hear
what
me?
were they like?
Yeah,
Yes,
I was actually laying out on the beach, and I saw a big rope in Jamaica, sandals. And I don't know which sandals, though, I was at. I don't remember exactly the name. But my chair was on one half of the rope, and my other chair was on the other half. And apparently I looked on the beach to the left, and someone was coming out, let's just say, without a bathing suit on. So I was on a naked beach. But I was in the middle, so I just kept my bikini on.
You just didn't go half and half?
No. I hadn't been drinking, so I just kind of kept it on.
All right, well, hopefully no one, I am not drinking this morning yet, but hopefully no one on the roadways is drinking. It's a safe commute. How are things looking on the way to work or school this morning, Joy?
Really peaceful, and again, I'm hoping it stays this way. Southbound 95, some stop and go. Now back to you, Harold and Jen.
Actually, it's back to me in Jamaica, Joy. Because you know what, I was so much enjoying the tropical now sun, I forgot to talk about Baltimore weather. Let's just mention what today's weather is going to shape up. It's almost warm and tropical this morning in Baltimore, but after the front pushes through and a chance of showers this afternoon, it won't be. It'll be significantly cooler. Let's show you the 5-day forecast, and you get an idea of what I mean. So if you haven't had enough summer, Jamaica, a good place to be with pretty consistent weather year-round. 82 degrees is the average temperature for the year here in Jamaica, man. Let me bring in a man who has been all around the world and who has made his home now in Jamaica. It's Wolfgang Leski, and you have really traveled the world in cooking, right?
Yes, it's part of my job, and it comes easy with my job, so it's a lot of fun doing it.
And you have found Jamaica to be one of the places that's probably one of your favorites from anywhere in the
absolutely.
world.
With the weather you just mentioned, the temperatures, it's just awesome.
Now, I got to think it's got to be a real adventure cooking, because I was just looking at some of the many, many fruits that you have here. This, for instance, is the national fruit of Jamaica, and it is called what?
Ackee.
Ackee, and you were telling me something very interesting about it now.
All right, if you look at these two fruits,
right.
If you eat this one, it's poisonous.
Because it's not open.
It's not open yet. So it has to be open. You have to see the black seeds, and then you still have to boil it to remove whatever's left on the poison.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with tropical fruits. One thing I've noticed is they can look so appetizing, but you got to know what you're doing.
I think this is the only one in Jamaica. We have to be careful with.
Really?
Everything else is just fine.
Must have been an adventure when Christopher Columbus landed here. And
oh, yeah.
Buddy, what to eat? What are we going to cook this morning,
okay,
Chef?
I'm going to do ackee.
Ackee?
Caught or saltfish.
All right.
And breadfruit.
Let's go. This is breadfruit. Now, this grows on the trees, too? Yeah. And you bake it also?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead.
Just bake it.
Show us
start
what we're
off.
doing here.
Was just put some breadfruit in.
All right. And what kind of taste does it have?
It's like a sweet potato, soft. It has a very rich flavor.
All right. It's called breadfruit, I guess, because it has kind of the consistency of bread.
Yeah, and it's very starchy.
All right.
All right, and on the side here, I will prepare the ackee and codfish, a little oil.
Ackee and codfish. So this is that fruit we showed you with some codfish.
That's right.
All right.
So here's the fruit. It's been boiled.
It looks like eggs.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is the ackee that
That's
we
the
just showed
ackee.
you.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me try a little one before you cook it. This is okay to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, what an interesting taste that has.
It has a different
okay.
flavor, yeah.
All right, so let's...
So some peppers.
All right.
Those are sweet peppers. When the Jamaicans talking about country peppers, those are the hot ones.
Ah, and they are hot. Lots of spices in Jamaican food.
Okay, some onions.
Okay. And the great thing is, food like this is available for the guests virtually round the clock here at Sandals, right?
Yeah, we have a restaurant open 24 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah. So you never get hungry, you never stay hungry, you always something for you.
Right. That's the thing about many of the resorts in Jamaica. While you can go out and do experiences like I've gotten coming up later when we show you the swimming with dolphins, everything is included in many of the resorts. That's all your food, all your adult libations, all your activities, everything here. So, all right, so we just kind of browning everything up here.
Just soften up the onions and the peppers, then we add the saltfish to it.
Oh, let's go ahead.
The ackee.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Add the ackee to it. When I came out, I really thought those were eggs. They look so much like
they look
eggs.
very, very similar.
So you got to be careful because things are a little different in Jamaica. What might be eggs back in Germany or back in America aren't here.
Ackee. Add a little bit more to it.
All right.
There we go.
So this would be a typical Jamaican breakfast?
That's a typical Jamaican breakfast, yeah. And you season it just with a little bit of black pepper.
Black pepper here?
Yeah.
All right.
Because you have the seasoning, the salt from the saltfish.
All right. Oh, yes. And is that pretty much all there is to it?
That's all what's to it, yeah.
And how about this? Are these ready here?
Just about.
All right. So I tell you what we're going to do. This looks, not only is it delicious, but it looks delicious too.
It tastes very good.
Fantastic. I tell you what, guys, we're gonna have the chef finish up cooking here, and we will have a little taste treat when we come back the next time around. Before we go swimming with the dolphins, we'll have a little bit of breakfast here. What do you say?
Sounds good.
And they can come. Any guests can come and see you if they want. Have any special requests? They can come and ask for them here at Sandals. Great, fantastic. What do you think of this, Harold and Jennifer?
Well, I think it's wonderful, Kirk, but I was looking for some plantains too.
Looking for some what now?
Plantains. Ask him about plantains.
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 What are they?
These are like a cooking banana.
Oh, do we have any? Oh, do we have any of those?
Did I bring any?
Let's see. Do we?
Those are green bananas.
Green bananas.
We boil them.
But they are one of the things you can use here.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a whole tropical cornucopia here. And what's interesting, Harold, is this is the breadfruit before you boil it here. So
bake it.
You bake it.
Bake it, yeah.
All right, so you bake it, and then it turns into this down here.
Kirk, don't eat the ackee.
I won't eat it until it's been boiled to get the poison off. Because I want to make it back to Baltimore with you.
I know how adventurous you become.
Yeah. Don't eat any zoo food either.
All right, we can't wait to see what that tastes like.
We will next time we check back with you.
Okay, great, Kirk.
Kirk. We'll see you in a bit.
Another interesting feast is what Kirk is feasting on this morning down in Jamaica, Mon. Good morning.
Oh, you guys
wake up.
What are you doing?
I'm just soaking up the rays
I was
here
going
on
to
the
ask
beach.
you, how's the weather down there?
Oh, it is beautiful, but I tell you, it's 18 degrees north latitude. Now, we in Baltimore at 39 degrees north latitude. That means the tropical sun is intense. I'll show you one of the ways I battle the sun coming up in our next story, which will be in just a couple of minutes, something called a rash vest that I wear. But on exposed skin, lots of sunscreen. And the weather, I had my little wind gauge out here trying to measure some of the tropical trade winds. Now, the strongest wind I've had so far this morning, 1.1 miles an hour. So it is delightful. The trades, though, will kick up this afternoon to cool things off. And then in meteorology, there's something known as orographic lifting. And that's what you get many afternoons here in Jamaica as the clouds form over the mountains. And the mountains here, over 7,000 feet in the Blue Mountains, where they grow some of the world's most famous coffee. Now, the chef is almost done with my breakfast, but before he does, let's take a look at the weather for Baltimore. Now, not too bad. It's almost a little tropical feel this morning until the front pushes through. We should have some scattered clouds this afternoon, then maybe some storms, and you'll know the fronts push through and we have the wind shift. Here's the way your 5-day forecast shapes up, and some cool temperatures coming up as we head towards the weekend. So after today in Baltimore, some nice weather. Almost every day is nice, especially in the mornings. Then we get those afternoon thunderstorms. And what's wild about those afternoon thunderstorms here in Jamaica, it can be sunny on the beach, and yet you hear thunder over the mountains. It is really a neat phenomenon. I think the chef is just about ready. Chef Wolfgang Lesky, do we have...
Good morning. Is it all ready here
It's
for me?
ready to go for you.
Oh, this is wonderful. So we have the... tell me again what we're having.
So we have fried breadfruit, ackee, and saltfish with sweet peppers.
Wow. Okay, ackee, fried breadfruit, and Joy, you'll have to. It looks like eggs, but it's not. And the codfish here. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Enjoy.
I've got.
You have your own chef?
Excuse me?
You have your own chef now?
Yes, just for the day. Here they supplied me at Sandals Ocho Rios. It's very, and you'll have to excuse me, Joy. I'll just have a little breakfast while you update folks on traffic.
Can't believe you ditched Jen and I at the airport. Looks like again we are seeing some problems, especially in the southwest corner.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds.
We're back. You caught us rocking here. 7:47 now on Fox 45 Morning News. You know, I want Kirk to bring back some of that Blue Mountain coffee for me.
I'll bet he would.
I'm a big coffee drinker. Kirk's not a big coffee drinker, though.
No, not at all. I'll see what I can do, though, for you guys.
How was it, Kirk?
It is the breadfruit. I've never had it before. It's baked, and it really does taste like bread. It's amazing. And you know what, guys? We are making news here in Jamaica. Jamaica Television is here covering us being on television in Baltimore.
Oh, isn't that neat?
That's wild. So we are going to be on TV here in Jamaica, showing the folks how we're helping to promote Jamaican tourism. And, of course, you have behind me the beautiful Caribbean Sea. We've got waves just literally lapping the beaches here. Surfing, there are a couple of places you actually can here in Jamaica. It would be a little difficult here. But, of course, the ocean and the seas are filled with all kinds of magnificent animals, magnificent wildlife. But it's sometimes tough to get up close and personal. But there is one of Jamaica's newest attractions. It's literally just a couple of miles as you go east down the coast here on Jamaica. And it is one of those things in life that I really think you've got to do at least once. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Now, at our National Aquarium in Baltimore, you can get close to all kinds of marine life, but not as close as you can get at Dolphin Cove in Ocho Rios. It's one of Jamaica's newest attractions. I've paid careful attention to all the instructions.
So I'm going to ask you, please, read the information carefully. If you agree, you'll sign out the bottom, and it's one for each.
All right, well, I've checked it out. I'm just hoping that Flipper decides not to eat me. We'll find out in a minute.
First, I must let you know that dolphins are not fish. They're mammals because they have warm blood and breathe through lungs like all of us do.
We then had even a little more instruction about what we were going to do.
For this exercise, you must swim on your stomach like Superman, or like me, is the same. Okay? Now, swim in this position in the water. Keep your legs a little bit separated, just like your shoulders.
So how do you feel after hearing all those instructions?
Good.
You think you can handle all those instructions we had?
Yeah, we'll see. I
We'll
think so.
see.
Yeah.
You ever done anything like this before?
I never have.
Well, what prompted you to try to do such a thing here?
Golf.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
My husband's playing tennis today.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
No, it sounded so exciting.
I feel like that guy who can't buckle his seatbelt on the plane. All right. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
This doesn't make me look fat, does it?
Then it was into the water, and the fun was about to begin.
Woo! This is cold. Here is a little bit colder because some rivers are from here. Don't worry.
For the tropics, it's cold.
I wasn't sure if we were training the dolphins or the other way around. The dolphins even sung us a song of welcome. The pictures tell the story.
That was great. Nice job. Whoa! Okay. Wow.
Perfect. Now with your left hand, please.
Hi, baby. How are you? How are you? How are you? Oh, my. Oh, darling. Darling. Oh. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Please, don't move your legs now.
Okay.
There you go.
Whoa! Go to give him a round. Yeah! Bravo! Bravo! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah!
Leslie, now what do you think? You think you had more fun than your husband out doing whatever he was doing this afternoon?
Definitely, yeah. This is great.
You think you did it in?
It was great. I would do it again.
Was it what you'd expected?
It's more than I expected, actually. Yeah.
Really?
I was a little nervous. It was a lot of fun.
I was a little nervous too.
Yeah.
What did you think of this event?
It was great.
It was well worth it.
Really?
Great birthday present.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, wait, it's not for me. Sorry.
I thought it was an unbelievable experience, but some may not feel that it's a good way to treat dolphins. I asked one of the founders, Marilyn Burrows, how she would answer her critics.
Well, for one, it has been proven that the dolphins in this sort of environment, it's their own ocean, and they're well fed, they're played with, and they live longer because of all the attention and the medical care they get. They're not stressed in any way, and at any time they want, they can leave.
They have the ability to just
jump right over and go into the wide Caribbean Ocean.
And you told me it was something kind of interesting a day or two ago that it was almost like friends came to visit.
Yes.
Explain that.
We have had it on 2 occasions actually, but about 4 days ago, 3 dolphins came right up to the stones, jumped up, and they had a conversation over the stones. They kept popping their heads up and going down, popping, and they spent about 20 minutes there just communicating over the rocks.
And it was an amazing thing to see, to swim with the dolphins. And I know there may be some folks that think that's exploitation of animals, but I was there, as you saw, right with those animals, and they were right on top of me. Those are huge animals. Those dolphins weighed 800 and 900 pounds respectively, and I felt no threat from them. It almost was like we were one with them. In the ocean, of course, we are the species that controls the world pretty much, the environment of the world, and those guys, in my view, acted as somewhat as animal ambassadors. They were like, hey guys, here we are, we're out in the ocean, you may not see us on a day-to-day basis, but what you do affects us. So I thought they did a fine job as animal ambassadors, and as you saw, they seemed to be pretty happy, and they made a lot of folks lots of happy at Dolphin Cove, just a couple of miles east of here on Ocho Rios. And I want to show you one thing that I was wearing out there, and this is something you got to keep in mind, is to be careful of the hot Jamaican sun, because the last thing you want to do is get here on your first day and get some kind of vicious sunburn and have it ruin the next couple of days of your trip. This is something called a rash vest that's really big in Australia and the kids there wear, and what it does is it blocks the UV, and it's very comfortable to wear in the water. So this is one of the tricks that I use to try to get from too sunburned, and I was surprised just being out for the couple hours I was, used lots of sunscreen on my face, and still got a good bit of sun. So be careful with the sun, but have fun, and there's so many great ways you can do it. And then after you're out swimming with the dolphins or taking a mountain bike ride, this is the biggest hot tub I have ever seen here at Sandals Dun River in Ocho Rios. So, well, to weather it, Mary Ellen Pan is in for me today. And thank you, Mary Ellen, for letting me take this little field trip, this educational field trip down to the Caribbean.
No problem. I know you're enjoying yourself, but you do seem to be working pretty hard.
Oh, I am. You know, trying to show the world what it's like down here. If you haven't been out of the country, this is a good place to go, because it's only, really, it takes the same distance as far as the flight as it does to drive to Ocean City. It's less than a 3-hour flight, and it's nonstop right down here to Jamaica. And it's like coming going to another world. It's fantastic. How about the weather? I don't think we'd use fantastic for Baltimore's weather for today.
No, not quite, but we do have our own tropical air mass here. Humidity levels now at 93%. So
The person who has all the pep this morning is Kirk Clyatt, down in Ocho Rios, Jamaica.
Yeah. On the beach in Jamaica. It is a wonderful place to be. The sun, the tropical sun.
Where are all the people?
I'll show you them in just a moment. They're getting ready. We do have